What up, y'all? It's your man. Abuamerican. I got water in my beard. Excuse me. Hey, I wanted to talk about something. That was basically, it's like the fallout of your actions. Some people follow my channel know I just had a falling out with a brother, and I'm disappointed in him, but I'm not angry with him. And I think there's some confusion about that. But I'm not here to clear that up. I want to talk about how this all plays out, and that is sometimes intentions don't matter. You see, sometimes people just take action and they don't think about the consequences of their actions, and so they harm people around them without intending to. This damage is avoidable. It just takes some foresight. But some people are just chaotic like that. They're loose cannons, I think is more appropriate of the term. And you can't expect much from them other than to be that unpredictable person who causes damage. Now, there have been times in my life where I was a loose cannon. I still technically am sometimes, but in the past it was just madness, and I recognize that now. It wasn't my intention to harm people, but to those who fell victim to my chaos, did it matter? It doesn't matter if I'm a good person or I'm a bad person. At that time, the end results for that individual who's suffering from the consequences of my unintended actions, meaning unintended in terms of like evil or nefarious, intent, it doesn't matter. And there's an example I like to use, and I'll give you right now. Two men. One hates you, one is your friend. The guy who hates you shoots you in the leg. You're bleeding and it hurts. Your friend, he's just waving the gun around being careless, and he shoots you in the leg and it hurts. At that moment, being shot in the leg, it doesn't matter what the intent was. The pain is there, the damage is done, and it's severe. It could possibly kill you depending on where in the leg he hits you. So, in that sense, there is no difference between the one with nefarious intent and the one who is your friend, because the outcome is the same, especially if the results is death or something permanent, which is irreversible. Does that make you a bad person? No. But to the individual who has been harmed, it doesn't matter, because the harm you as a friend have caused is equal to the harm of an enemy. Think about the consequences of your actions and the fallout it has on people's lives. Try and have some foresight when you take action. It's not cute, to be a chaot when you're like over 9, maybe even 7. You got to really start thinking about what the fallout of your actions are in regards to other people. Now, in specific, the instance that triggered this individual has a pattern of behavior that always has a negative consequence for other people and not for him. He gains nothing. Other people's lose stuff. Two people lose something and nobody gains anything. And it's a pattern of behavior which is easy to confuse or consider to be malicious. I don't think his intention is malicious, but I definitely think it's not thought out. There's a word for it, and I can't come to it right now. It doesn't come to my head. It's just, I'm just gonna do this, and I'm not even gonna think about why or what I'm doing here. It's just mindless chaos. And there is a specific trigger for this mindless behavior, which I have recognized, and I tried to bring to his attention. But, even though this individual didn't receive any harm from anyone, he decided to block me, not even pay attention to what I said when I was trying to advise him about his own behavior and his own nature. And this is something you have to do also. You have to recognize your own nature. You have to understand what it is, how it is, what's positive and what's negative. We're not all snowflakes. We're not all special. We're not all good. I got attributes about me that I dislike severely. Some of them I know I do, some of them I see later that I did on accident. If I can do it, then I would like to think that others could. I don't consider myself to be some super genius or whatnot, or some super introspective, perfect personality. I don't. Contrary to what some of my haters in the comment section would have you believe. If you consider yourself a friend to a man, then be his friend and think about the consequences of your actions on his life and the life of those around him. Because sometimes the fallout that you bring about from your actions, despite being a friend, they have the exact same outcomes as a malcontent, malicious enemy. And you know how the saying goes, with friends like these, who needs enemies? So don't be that friend. Even if you don't intend to be a bad guy, sometimes you can be, even when you're the good guy. It's your man Abuamerican. Catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All at Abuamerican. I'm out.